We're live. Let me refresh. Make sure you can see us, hear us. Nothing yet. There we go. All right, YouTube looking good. Let me know if we're sounding good. Let me
Yo,
see
yo,
who is
yo.
here on this Wednesday. Let me see. Sneaker Pickers, One
Oh,
Kick
that's me.
Finder, Kevin. Yeah, looks like things are a little slow
Behind.
right now. Yeah. Dapper, RJ Funky Finds, Rory Matt, Al, Shoe Monster, Licking Three Legs, Manny Fresh, Jips Kicks, Danny, what's good? Let me see. Rory Matt, Ross and Burlington Met, pretty dry. eBay sales going crazy good. Sold all my Jokic jerseys. Right on
Nice.
time. Mr. Sports LA, Retrospective Gear, Advancing Integrity, Cali Finds. There we go. Sneaker Pickers left Marshalls with 25 pairs today. And I believe, yeah, Sneaker Pickers, yeah, Marshalls is back. Enjoying these Wednesday
Wow.
lives. I appreciate that. Let me see. True Win, very nice. Swoop Man, L.A. Gonzalez, that's a name we know and love. Baker Brand. All right. So, oh, what? Kobe 11 Elite Low?
Yeah,
My
you gotta.
size?
Yeah, you gotta bid on it. I was
Okay.
gonna say,
There's. Is it sudden
but
death?
no, put your
No.
max bid in.
Oh, okay. So
You want me?
The B
You want me
right
to get
now.
it for you? How much you? How much is your limit?
I don't know. Right now it's already what 71.
One
We'll watch
fifty.
how it goes. Well, oh look, it's already at 142.
Yeah, but it's $1,000 shoe. Yeah, it's $1,000 brand new now.
Oh man, I don't know if I need those right now. They're
Yeah, we don't
white.
need that.
They're
We
gonna
don't need.
they're gonna get dirty quick.
Yeah, yeah.
The bee's been on whatnot, sourcing more than anything right now, with the sneaker game really kind of downhill. And we
Yeah.
were looking at StockX before the show started. Thunder fours, my size right now 254. We're talking about a 210 retail
Yeah.
plus tax shoe. Pandas restocking like crazy. More restocks also of random
All dunks
shoes.
are under retail now.
Yeah, that is wild. Of course, the Spider Verse, that one, which we've already seen what's going on with that shoe. Um, so man, it is
Yeah.
crazy right now.
Yeah. Come to Whatnot and buy sneakers. Um, my biggest L today. I lost by $10 on Off White Blazers, the original. Ask on StockX 1,400, and I lost to a guy that bid 610. That was my biggest fumble. I had to yell. That was my biggest fumble. Like, if I there was a bid, if I hit sell now, that would have been a
Easy.
thousand fifty, 1,050 payout. Yeah. So yeah, I had to take a nap because I was heated, but I did buy like 10 pairs today, everything under $50.
Vegas Valet Brian, who I saw today. Let me see. Yanina, there we go. My Marshall sucks, which I agree. So does ours, me and Brian. Jimmy, what's up? Dapper Fanatic, Slim Pickens, Sneakers Envy, and Palma.
If
Let
they're
me
fake, they're
see.
covered by whatnot.
Danny Primetime to source online. Hold if you can. Intramorph. If the actual pandas restock like the shoes, they wouldn't be extinct. Close to extinction. There we go. So yeah, a lot of man stuff going cheap on every platform that we could see, and a lot of disrespect for a lot of Air Max 97s, 95s. I mean, now is the time if you I guess really wanted or needed shoes, but
Yeah, the
everybody
97s, 95, 90s, everything sub $100.
so
I
cheap.
mean, heck, Sneakers Envy sent me a link last night. You
For
know how much Air Max 97s were?
what?
$38.
For men's kids?
Well, it was men's, it was
Oh,
women's Air Max, but you know how they have
oh,
the conversion. It went
mm.
up to 15 and a half.
Oh man, and they're just sitting there.
So, huh?
They're just sitting there.
No, they're gone. They're gone
Oh,
last
they're
night.
gone. Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't even send you the link fast enough.
Return a bunch of denim, white Air Max orange, Air Max 90s today,
That link
Intramorph.
was that link was wild.
All right, so today's show, we've got a couple of things we got to do. Finds, a Vero update, which not much going on there, but we'll talk about it. A story, quick story for eBay on sales over the weekend, and then pros and cons of cross listing. We're gonna talk about that today. Three of each, and then we'll just have a general discussion. It's kind of interesting because some sellers say it's not worth cross
Right.
listing, and others are all about it. Now, yes, I know Hustlebee will be working with List Perfectly coming up soon, but he's got some bigger things that hopefully we can bring to the channel after talking with List Perfectly. And quite honestly, I even though I do cross list, I don't know full ins and outs of like
Mhm.
using it, which I do want to learn
We'll have a
more
class
about
soon.
it.
We'll have a class.
Yeah, I do. I want to learn more because honestly, I want to get a lot of my women's Air Max stuff, Nike stuff on Poshmark. I don't have a
Mhm.
Poshmark, but I figure the more eyes, the better.
Right.
Positive outcome. What's up? Let me see. Let me go back up. I think we got everybody on here. Okay, so let's go to where is it? On to the finds first. Now I did go out there today. Like I said, I saw Brian. There wasn't a whole lot, but so Eddie Things, Ultra Boost. I did see those out there. I know the Air Max 270s, which Big Money Mo finding them complete with box. So here's some Kyrie's. These I also did see those blue slide things. Pre-Day, Project Rock. Those actually have been selling for me. Some of those baseball. Let me see. Where was it? Oh, here it is. So these are now showing up at Ross. They are $69.99. Big Money Mo here, complete with box, $84.97 plus 30
Big Money Mo's getting it cheaper with box.
with box. Yeah, Mo doesn't play. And even the other stuff in this slide is wild. Um, Air Max Plus here, 85 extra 30. Vapor Max.
Oh my
Look at that
god.
retail, 215 down on clearance, 69.97. Let's throw an extra 30 on top. There we go. This one has to be, I guess it's men's, women's for any both conversion. Sneakers Envy last week, best week I've ever had at Ross. There we go. Next, on the Dub Zero in like a brick
Man,
colorway, 70 minus 30 off with box. And not only that, not like size 7 or
10
size
and a half.
15.
10 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, 10 and a half and more, even 8.5s in there. Still plenty to choose from. And then more Vapor Max. And these actually do look like men's, women's at a 65 extra 30. This one might be the one that we've been seeing in the women's section at Ross, and they're still pretty pricey. And here, Mo getting them brand new with box. So, all right, new high for listed inventory, 334K Sneakers Envy. Yes, sir.
Wow. It'd be
Man,
a million by Christmas.
yeah, there we go. Hey, Sneakers Envy. So, how many are you selling per day? You would say how many items, more or less? Vegas Valley Romaleo starting to show at Ross for 49, or are they showing up for 19.99?
We like that 19.
Tribe called steals $20 on Romaleos. Very nice. Lucky and Three Legs as well. I don't know if that's the same price though. Is it? Oh, 50, not the 20 they used to be. So Lucky and Three Legs found them for 50 as well, just like Vegas Valet. Tribe Called Steals at 20. Interesting. So I wonder, hey, some KDs. Let me see. Yeah, $20. So I wonder what the mix up is there. Why 20 or why 50? Anybody else find them for 20? Let me know. We're going to talk about this Supreme North Face, two of them in hand, kicks and games. I think Super 64 also found one as well. And yeah, Ellie Gonzalez, our boy, also found some. Me and Brian, we have not found any of these out there in the wild. Let me see. Yeah, minus 50 sneaker flip. Fine, interesting. Intramore found one for 50. Okay, so maybe 50 seems to be the ongoing price then. Maybe 20 was a mismatch. We don't know. 8 pairs, all $50. Sneakers Envy. Just sold Alpha Hirachi Turf. There we go. West Coast hit hard today with Finds Danny. Funky Finds TCU. So a lot of the Pegasus showing up for the college, different teams or different colleges, universities. Steals for deals on the gloves. I know Brian. I found some too. Some of the gloves out there, $15, high retail. Some of them retail for like 135 plus. And oh, very nice. Oregon Ducks sneaker flip
Ooh,
find.
nice.
Money right here on the football. What else are we taking? Oh,
Some
20.
tours. We like that.
Man, we haven't seen these in a while. $20. Also flying in on the
Oh,
Alpha Menace.
elite.
20. Elite. More of the gloves. The Boston jersey and then some of the Barcelona pants right there. So sneaker flip fine. Great stuff out there. Flip it in the hustle on these. I know people have been finding those. I didn't see those.
Oh,
Man, I've
more
not seen
elite.
this color.
That's a cool colorway. Kind
That
of
one
like a
is dope.
Chinese New Year.
Yeah, 20 on those 3 pairs. Laceless on there. Crazy. Javelin, those also sell really well. Man, this on Burlington has some good stuff. My Burlington doesn't have anything. I saw Brian was like, come on now. All right, Burlington also trying to get into my hat mix. I don't like that.
Man,
And these are dope too. Sonics and Purple Bulls. Suns. Raiders. Blue Jays on a youth adjustable. The Jags. And I did see this Cowboys one out there today.
that's a
That's
clean
pretty
one.
clean. It's just a size 7 though. And let me see more Romaleos. I don't know the price. Oh,
Oh, that's clean.
no, it's clean. All right, so that's mostly it for the finds though. I think right now we're trying to look for GT cuts 1 and 2. Multiple colors of the 2 are out there. That Supreme North Face thing, and what else seems to be hitting? Random jerseys. People found the Atlanta Braves Nike. Those are pretty clean as well. I didn't see any of those. We only have Minnesota Twins and nothing else new. All right, let me see. Mile High Hustle. Good to see you. Let me see. Burlington tired of Glenn taking over the hat game. Come on, Burlington. I don't like that.
No, Glenn sold some to Burlington. That's what it is.
Bulk
Glenn's the
sold.
supplier.
Let me see. Picked up the Sonics recently too. Fire Select Goods. All right. So, next topic is let's talk about the Vero update. Now, you were supposed to meet with eBay. I don't know if that was this week or last week or
Um,
next week.
this Friday. This
Okay, so
Friday, I
this.
have a call.
Okay, so in two
So this
days.
was, yeah. Screw
Okay.
the email. I don't like emailing back and forth.
Okay, so in 2 days, anybody else hit with Veros, send your emails to the B. I know Trap Al Bundy, I did respond to
Yeah.
today.
Basically, the stuff that we need is pretty much like the item, listing ID number. So, which is pretty much on that email. So, if you could just screenshot that part, that would be it.
Let me see. Yeah, as many people from the community as possible. If you can send that over, then that would be appreciated. Then B can kind of discuss that and see what maybe some clarification on that. And shout out to Sneaker Pickers also for that list. I did use the list. I put that in. I have been listing, and no updates there as far as like any Veros or anything. So I'm hoping that's fine. But even after all that, I think B can get a nice clarification on that. It would help everybody just to kind of see where where we're going on that.
Yup, yup, yup.
All right, I'll send some mile high. I like that. IG or email? Oh, IG is fine.
I
Says the
IG screenshots fine. Yeah.
let me see. I have a friend that sent shoes to authentication. The buyer asked for a return, saying the box was empty. Authentication never notified the seller that the box was empty and shipped it out.
So who got the empty box? The seller?
Let's see what Select Good says. Can't get registered for seller check-in ASAP.
Correct. That'll be tomorrow.
Any other news on that you want to share or anything that you know
I
of?
can't.
I can I
I
can't. I
can't.
won't.
I can't share. But um, we should all as sellers get there. And as much as this is cool to, it's always easy. It's always better to hear it from the mouth of the source. Um, but but it's been good. I mean, we've been working together with them as far as how we could communicate better to sellers. So that's pretty much our thing, and obviously we want to be ambassadors for that. That we have, like as much as they're a platform, I consider them as partners in a way where we could have a common goal of selling more. That way, they make money and we make money. So
Now, for those that have been following B on IG, he's on Whatnot and eBay Live back and forth. Anybody sending you messages like, so where aren't you selling? I mean, this is about cross listing today, but this
yeah,
guy's all over the place.
I mean, obviously we don't have an exclusive partnership with Whatnot like we used to, so obviously we're open to all opportunities, and with the way sneaker market has been, we definitely want to cross sell to as many different platforms as we can. I mean, hopefully Go Live will have one. I'm just joking.
Go live. Go live.
Sneaker pickers. I like that. I like that. I'll definitely hire Glenn to be on my board if president for eBay community. Um, we need something like that. We need like a direct contact, and that's what I'm pushing, because I don't like. We want to know who the point person is, right? Like I think that's the most frustrating part, because we can call, right, and then automation, right? And they're different departments. So like even the Vero for shipping is not the same as the inauthentic claims for listing, right? Like because a lot of people have been hit that it's fake due to listing. Like I still want to find out, but hold on to your seats. We'll definitely try to resolve that this year. That's our goal.
Let me see. Well, we're still selling on Whatnot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Ken, I'm very profitable on Whatnot. I just ran a show yesterday. But as far as like going hard in the paint with shoes,
No,
that's
yeah, we have
I
to.
have no. That's a different
I mean,
story.
Glenn built sneakers and whatnot earlier than
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
So um um I think hoodies was my exit of sneakers. So but yeah, we still sell, but it's in the buy it now at my price.
Yeah. And I know you're sourcing, of course, from the people that are selling right now. But
Hmm.
so what about
Yeah.
eBay Live?
eBay's life getting better, so that's cool. I think we're gonna have a big event coming up soon. I think second week of June, so we're finally gonna get that massive push.
Mm.
So hopefully, um, we'll get some thousands of people in there, because the last push they did, they got up to 25,000 people.
Mm. Interesting. So let's see what happens there. Nice little push. Also, a holiday weekend
Yeah,
coming up as well.
yeah. So we're going live tomorrow on eBay again. So
Mm.
we're trying to do that more often. Hopefully, I'll get the green light to do twice a week, because it doesn't really right now. It doesn't matter where I'm selling the shoes, because I'm starting it at what I want it priced at. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So whether it sells on Whatnot, it sells on eBay, or any platform, or Poshmark, when they offer me, it's like, okay, this is the price I would start it on Whatnot. I'll accept your offer.
Let me see. Oh, Kent, what was that guy's name? That used to sell like vintage shirts like every morning. You were like an admin on his
Who?
whatnot. I was asking Kent. I don't know
Oh,
where he's
Kent.
here in the chat. I totally forgot that guy's name. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't think he's selling on there anymore. But I was trying to remember what his name was the other day. Mile High Hustle. All that lost profit and whatnot led to acquisition costs. Let me see. Oh yes, CERN. There we go, Kent. Totally remember. Southtown Finds. What's up? Bud Light on sale, 30% off. Diego Garcia. There we go.
Oh, Cernok. Cernok.
Connection.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go, Kent.
I
Very
remember
true.
him.
There we go. Okay, so let's get into the main topic. So pros and cons of cross listing. So in the chat, why or why not, or do you cross list or do you not cross
Or
list?
who's not cross listing? Who's
Okay.
not cross listing on that on different platforms? Who's not in the chat?
Oh, okay. And or why not?
Right.
Um, I'm not. There we go. My hustle. Yeah, I
Okay.
like to see both sides, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. More of like
Yo, can you
pros
do a
and
poll?
cons.
Can we do a
Yeah, we
poll?
can. Yeah, we can do a poll.
Because
Um,
this could be some data we can give to list perfectly.
let me see. Where is this on the poll? And there we go. All right. Uh, we'll make this simple. Do you cross list? Yes or no? There you go. All
Yeah.
right. Do you cross list? Yes, me. I can only cross list eBay Go, very little Amazon. I'm too lazy, Mile High.
Hmm.
Never cross listed anywhere. See Sneaker Pickers, very nice. And I know, and that's the thing though, is like a lot of people that you focus on one, you build up that one, which I think you really have to master that one platform first
Yep.
anyway. Like I wouldn't want to touch any other platforms if you don't know what you're doing on the first one. Let me see, Mr. Sports LA. Yes, only on Goat now. I'm planning to
Yeah.
go other platforms soon, like
Yeah,
Mercari.
chat. We got 88 people here. We need people to vote because I think this will be good.
It's a lot of work, positive outcome. Yeah, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk about that too. That was one of my cons about. We'll talk about it. Let me see. My inventory is based off of eBay though. Danny, I am. We talked about those young kings earlier. Brian, ready for football cleats? Ready. Let me see. Be a platform specialist. There we go,
Yeah,
Ken. I agree.
and I gotta be back because I gotta pee.
New Mile High Hustle. Some items are on 6 platforms max. Other items just one platform. Depends on the item. Cross list all day. Let me see. Hard to cross list on vacation mode. Foggle McLovin. There we go. Shoe Monster. Yes. Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, Facebook Marketplace for everything. Let me see. DJ Brightlight. That's actually one of the pros. So we'll talk about that. Let me go back up and see. Part time can only keep up with 2 platforms. There we go. Fly Kicks. Only cross listing my higher price stuff because easier to keep track for me. DJ. Man, that was quick. New poll, Mile High Hustle. Mercari Posh, Go, eBay, Mr. Sports, LA. All right, let me see. All right, last comment before we start. When I looked at my numbers last year, eBay and Mercari were my best marketplaces. Was thinking about just focusing on those two. All right. So pros and cons. What should we start off with? Cons, pro, doesn't matter. One of each.
One of each. Let's do one of each. I
Okay.
like that.
All right. The obvious first con, which I would think would be too obvious, double selling an item. Now, double selling an item is really if you're not paying attention and getting onto your database of what you actually have listed. This does happen though from time to time. It's probably happened to everybody at one point, unless you're really on top of things, which you should be. But mistakes do happen, whether it's your fault or not, or employees, anything can happen. But double selling an item, now you could get, let's say, your top seller plus taken away, or things like that, suspension, or you're trying to say that a buyer canceled the item when it's really you, and then sometimes eBay could send something there like you chose the wrong one. Goat, I guess once you've gotten so high up the rankings, maybe
Don't
some
matter.
cancellations don't hurt you as much.
No, not at
Um,
all.
Mercari, I know they will do a suspension. I don't know how long. Oh no, I think they take away listings and then they do a suspension apparently, but I don't know which one is which or how that goes. Poshmark, I don't know. And what do they do on Poshmark?
Same thing. No, no,
No.
no.
What
Irrelevant. It's
if
irrelevant.
you cancel on whatnot?
I don't know. I haven't. Like on their marketplace, that makes sense because all my posh listings are cross listed on whatnot.
And if you just don't look, what if you sold like 100 items and you're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna ship out 20 of these. What if you're a card seller and you pull a I don't know, Waddle autograph,
Yeah. A
and
lot
you're
of
like, I don't want to do this.
one of one, and not ship it right or
Mm-hmm.
lost. It got lost.
Mm. Yeah,
Right.
what happened there? Cancel and
Well,
whatnot. They let you become a streamer. Select goods.
that's a prerequisite. If you cancel, you become yeah. Yeah, supposedly Sneakers Envy only give you two strikes, but I've seen too many cancellations.
Mm. But yeah, there's got to be more than that. Give you two strikes and can. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Nah,
Um,
some people don't even know how to ship. If you
uh,
don't know how to ship, I definitely could 100% believe that you don't know inventory management.
so following up on that double selling an item. What do you do if you double sell an item? What is your next?
So my first initial reaction is try to look for a replacement, especially on eBay. On
Okay.
eBay, you always try to find a replacement. I literally like lost $10 the other day. I bought one at Foot Locker because I sold it on whatnot. That's why my wife hates when I go freestyle and then I just go grab from the inventory. That's listed on eBay because if we don't take that down, then all of a sudden if something um hit every store and find another pair. Yeah. So that's what I do on eBay. On the other platform, cancel it.
Mm,
Cancel
okay.
that platform. Like no big deal.
Okay. What I cry. You can also work out with the buyer. I mean, you can approach it as well as like,
Correct.
let's say you don't find anything. Instead of just straight up canceling, you can
No,
work
you
out
offer a
something.
replacement pair.
Yeah, replacement
Right. Like
pair.
or size up or size down. And then
Yeah.
they say like, no, I just want my money back. I'm like, buyer wants to cancel.
eBay, are you watching this?
Hey, maybe we try to fix it. Yeah, I actually look at Sneaker Envy store
Oh,
and
interesting.
double check if he has it.
All right,
Yeah, I look for the
exactly.
friends stores first, and then because if they do, I'm gonna have to just have them drop ship it. I think we size swap with somebody one time. Yeah, JC knows. See, she's the inventory manager.
Oh, okay.
She laughing.
All right. So, pro, and that would be not putting your eggs all in one basket in case you get suspended or maybe one platform is slower than the other. Maybe some things aren't moving. At least you have some options there.
Yeah, I think the cool stuff about it is because there's waves, right? There are days that Glenn's store is popping and mine's not. And a lot of times that happens on other platform too. So like there are days my goat would like sell 5 or 6 items. And Glenn's goat could not sell anything. So I think overall it's like as much as I guess all right, I would say like when you say you have a good grip on the platform, kind of like what we did on eBay, we didn't do any other platform till we did eBay for 2 years or something like that. I mean, I didn't even do Goat. So it's like if you have the basics and fundamentals down, I say you should cross list. Um, because it will definitely help. It will definitely help. to have like um um different different like areas of platform that you can sell from. Yeah.
There we go. Kent says, "Oh, Chris is here. Oh, there we go. What
Yep.
up, gentlemen? Very nice." So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I totally agree, and I think with it, um, I mean, suspension. We just talked about the Vero thing. Suspensions in general, you get kicked off the platform. At least you have backup options, but we also know that it's not going to be the same if you get kicked off of eBay or Amazon.
Hmm.
Going on, I mean, the secondary after that, you're talking about Whatnot, which, yeah, you can move volume, but we also know the price is going to be way different. Mercari, Poshmark, way less eyes on it. Poshmark, you're
Yeah.
going to have a higher fee, depending on what it is, too, what you're moving. So that's going to be definitely different there. But at least you do have a backup plan. But I think even then, here's an idea for the chat. So let's say you got kicked off all platforms.
Hmm.
Then what do you do with all your inventory? What would be your next step?
Mm,
Let's see what the chat says.
I would be a Whatnot seller because Whatnot don't kick people out.
No, no. What would it be? I think maybe the next thing you can do is like you. I guess you could reach out to other sellers.
Call me.
You could sell the Glenner flea market. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You can go to swap meets and stuff in the mornings on Saturday, Sundays, and sell there. Open a new account.
Yeah. Consign everything to me, and I'll just sell it. Well,
Consign.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, eBay, I have 2 million inventories. I need to go live every day, and I'm just gonna have you guys drop ship it.
Oh man, now the comments coming in. Street corners, return it all to Ross.
Dude, you can do Facebook Marketplace, or you can be the IG seller now and get you a Mickey Mouse hat,
Well, that is true. You can do the IG thing. Just make a brand new
right?
IG account and
Yeah,
hashtag for sales,
yeah,
sales, sneakers.
yeah,
Something will happen there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, suspension is Social Security, not VPN.
Hmm. All
Yep.
right. Let me see. Next, we'll go to the next con
Ask me
then.
how I know.
The next con is time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Which now B said on list perfectly. Man, this neighbor's dogs are going wild. So B said list perfectly. You got to open a bunch of tabs.
Right.
That is time consuming. I want it quick. And you know
Right.
what? If I want to cross list, I don't want this taking all night. And so I feel like, I mean, maybe there is a better way to do it, and maybe I just don't know. Like I said, I don't know every platform that also does cross listing or how to use them 100% correctly. But
Mhm.
um, I what I usually do is like I'll list. Let's say if I list 10 to 12 on eBay, then I'll cross list right after that to Mercari or whatever else. So I don't want it to get over. I'm doing like 50 listings, and then I got to cross list another 50 of them.
Mhm.
I'd rather just keep going on eBay than to, spend hours on the cross listing part. So I just try to do a little bit at a time so it doesn't get too crazy. But I can definitely see that being an option because you should be focusing on the main one
Yeah,
first.
I think it's only like I think it's a big task when you have a big store already and you all of a sudden move everything. I think
Mm, true.
that was a very painful. I mean, like, like I say, like it took me a week to get everything cross listed to Poshmark, but that was just because I'm just that type of person that major ADHD. I can't keep still,
Mm,
so I'm just like I can't just sit down and do it. But there are people that are machines that could just, knock it out. I mean, that's why Glenn probably is killing it and Mercari because he's just disciplined. If you do 50 a day, right?
yeah.
So my what I did was 200 a day. That's what we did, 200 a day, and then we got everything listed to Poshmark.
Mm,
But all my stuff is downloaded on List Perfectly account. So now I can cross list from List Perfectly to other platform.
mm,
Um, I've said it over and over again. I want to do Grailed and Depop. and Mercari, and we're still not there yet. So,
Interesting.
um, so yeah, I mean, and again, like, yes, it'll take time, but when you're at a point where either when there's no fines or when there's not enough capital to source, you'd be better off sitting down, um, sitting down and, you know, doing that. I mean, I agree. 1 week's not bad considering that the store took 3 years to build. That's why I'm like that's literally what I said. Like, man, like we've been doing eBay for 3 years, and you're telling me I can cross list in a week
Mm.
and open up a giant store in a different mall? Like, I'll take that, right? Wouldn't you?
I mean, definitely. I mean, to get a full store on there, that's what I need to do for Poshmark. But I was like, what if we could just outsource that and just,
You can outsource it. Yeah, you
yeah,
can outsource it, right? Like,
yeah.
um, we have Rachel that helps us, but she actually hasn't cross listed a thing. JC's undertaking the cross listing
Mm.
just because we want to master that portion. That way we could skill transfer. But you can, obviously you can. I Back in the day, I had my brother and my sister from the Philippines cross list our Poshmark.
Okay.
Before the list perfectly, before uh they had to like manually do it.
Okay. Let me see. Also, talking about this perfectly and Vendu, so I think a little mix of both. Either one, I feel like whichever one's
Yeah,
faster, I'm all for it.
yeah,
Like, I
because
just want to
because
get everything cross listed.
because right now, what the process is, I take my eBay listing and download it to List Perfectly, and from List Perfectly, you can scatter it to any different platform.
Mm.
Um, and then you can download 200 listings at a time from eBay to List Perfectly. So, the tip that they told me, I literally went to like List Perfectly, like they have like a kind of like an open Zoom call and stuff like that,
Mm.
and then uh you would just click 200 listings and import it, and then you wake up the next day and there's 200 tabs open and it's already downloaded to List Perfectly, and then you just click close all tab. uh and so far it's been good, and it will say what's been copied. It will tell you what listing that is already in List Perfectly, and in List Perfectly it will tell you if this listing is on eBay or Poshmark.
Mm. Okay. So looks like I got a lot to learn. I'm excited.
There's no auto delisting. There's no auto delisting only because it's not a software integration. It's pretty much just an extension of pretty much. It's just a scraper. It just copies and pastes. That's pretty much what the whole thing is. But there's no like, because it doesn't really. It cannot go into each other's account and take down listings, which could be a nightmare too if that messes up.
That's true too.
Oh, here we go. This said, make a video on how to use List Perfectly. I mean, I think this would be a perfect segue. Would you guys be willing to have like a List Perfectly session?
I
And we'll
mean,
have List Perfectly teach us.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, someone's got to teach me because I don't.
It's like,
I
I'm
don't.
doing it.
I'm trying to learn speed. I'm trying to learn anything
If
on
you
any
guys are
platform.
down, I mean, we could definitely, yeah, we could, yeah, and then we might get you guys some promos too. So don't worry. We always try to provide value, and it's gonna
That
be free. You're not gonna be. Some people probably would charge you to List Perfectly training, $100.
training.
We made $1 million cross listing. Nah,
Hey, come on now.
nah, we're not that. We're not that. We're not the the
We're not the
economy's
one
not.
million.
Yeah, our economy's not that bad yet.
All right. Next pro is which actually what Chris said, which is more eyeballs equals more sales.
Hmm.
And I had here more views, more listing, more sales, which it should equal to more sales. But buyers on other platforms may not necessarily shop all platforms. I like that comment. So, what kind of buyer is buying, let's say, Jordan 1 lows on Amazon? What would you say? Or who's buying retros on Amazon
Moms.
right now? Moms that are like, you know what? I don't care what they cost. Let's just get them for Johnny's birthday.
Hmm.
He needs
It's
these.
the Prime member. Yes, the Prime members. A stupid buyer. Wow.
Oh,
Rich
wow.
parents. Hey, I like that. That's a lot more respectful. Rich parents. I mean, they're just rich. They don't care. I mean, if I was rich, I mean, considering that I uh I Amazon water because I don't want to carry it from the grocery store to my car. Um, I'd Amazon everything if I was that rich.
Oh man. Someone who hasn't seen the low balling on StockX before, or maybe the low balling, like I said, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
like it's the people that don't know how to download other apps.
Mom and grandma, they have no idea how much they really cost. So, what
Yeah,
kind of buyer is buying Jordan 1 Low on whatnot? Reseller.
reseller. A reseller trying to make $50.
Exactly. So now we got different buyers on different platforms, just on two examples alone. What else would be a different from, I guess, the other platforms' examples of buyer?
Poshmark.
Okay, would
Poshmark
be.
is like it's like upgrading their closet, so they're trying to sell all their used clothes for $20, and then comes into your brand new Nike store and offers $20 for a free run. I'm like, I'm like, yo, like you're trying to sell your shirt for $20, and then you come to my store trying to offer me $20.
For a brand new pair instead
Yeah,
of the beater that you're selling.
yeah.
Let's see, Poshmark for mom, buyers for kids.
Oh, there you
Um,
go. Sticker picker. Ah, he's the low baller there. He
oh,
spent 40,000 on Poshmark last year. Sheesh.
sold a lot of junk on Poshmark that I couldn't unload on other platforms. So there's another different buyer that just couldn't move somewhere else. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing though about the cross listing part is like you don't know who's gonna be buying what, and we're gonna get deeper into that when we get to our pros and cons. So, next one on the cons. Oh, which is the one. You know what? Pro. My third pro was kind of like with that same one. Faster sell through rate.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, well, obviously, whatnot your sell through rate. If you
Sell
wanted
through
it
rate
to
is
be,
100%, but zero profit.
if you want it to be, will be that.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazon, eBay. I mean, Amazon, you're gonna sell a lot quicker than eBay. eBay, you're still going pretty strong.
Yeah.
What do you say, Mercari, Poshmark? Who has more buyers right now, Poshmark or Mercari? Poshmark, well, to think
I would say
still, right?
Poshmark still. Poshmark still.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the fashion category. Yeah, they're dominating that.
And then Goat, StockX, eBay. Now, eBay actually took over or took back the
Yeah,
sneaker market,
yeah.
right?
eBay's it right now. I mean, can't beat when you can buy, you know, Thunders for 240 there, 250, and it's authenticity guarantee, and it gets to you faster than Gold and Stock.
Mm.
I think it's the worldwide thing because the last time I bought something from Goat, it came from Japan, so it took forever.
Okay. Let me see.
So
Mercari legit has only 100 buyers. Wow. I Kent, ask Chat GPT. Who has more buyers? Poshmark or Mercari?
big money mo, you're
Big money mo. There we go. Oh, demand misinformation in hand. Very nice. According to this, in 2020,
okay.
eBay has more than 182 million users with 1.3 billion listings.
180. Last time I checked, it was 124.
Poshmark over 50 million users
Mm-hmm.
and 5 million sellers. And then Mercari, 15.38 million active users. How did they get that number?
Yeah, 0.382975.
Yeah.
They had
And
to squeeze it.
1.5 billion listings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Poshmark way bigger than Mercari.
Yeah.
And it's not even close, apparently, to
Glenn,
this.
what are you doing?
Hey, that is true. I don't know why I went the Mercari side then. You know what? You know what threw me off in the Poshmark thing?
It's the sharing stuff.
Yeah, that sharing stuff. Like
I
people
don't
started
know.
talking about
I
sharing. I was like,
don't
what is
do it.
that?
I've I think I probably only consistently done it for like a month, and I was like, oh, forget this. And then it doesn't matter now. It
Oh, okay.
doesn't play much. But the before to offering to buyers was individual on Poshmark, but now you can offer in bulk. Like
Hmm.
it's not like eBay. Like I could literally say like Adidas always 20% off for me. I sent 20% off, and then and it just sends to like 180 buyers, and it's automatically.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can bulk offer now. So it's kind of like I mean, I like it because like like because I'm watching stuff on Poshmark too. When I get an offer, that's when I start like goofing off and just lowball them.
Are you forced to do any of those games on Posh at
No,
Sneaker
I don't. I
Breakers?
don't. I literally just the only time I'm there is if I'm cashing out, if we're cross listing, or if we're sending offers.
Big Money Mo, I think sharing get items show up on Google search.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't.
Bots for sharing,
Yeah,
easy and
I'm not.
free.
It's
There we
not
go.
optimal. Yeah, they have bots for shares now, but I don't at this point I don't bother, and it's been like averaging $1,000 a week for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I could, eventually pay all my expenses, utilities, business expense on Bosch, I mean, just keep reinvesting eBay.
All right, and our last con, which would be this is actually more on the seller, maybe business side of it. That's just plainly not recognizing which items actually sell better on each platform.
What was that
So,
again?
just the seller not recognizing which items sell better on each platform.
Hmm.
Now, because now that you do have options on cross listing, you don't have to sit and wait for your Mike Bibby Grizzlies gradient jersey that was at Ross for $10 that
Right.
has over 1,000 listings.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have different options instead of waiting that out. Very
Yeah.
specific example. So where else could you sell? Let's say that and still be profitable would be probably maybe a Mercari or whatnot if you can sell on there.
Yeah.
But I would say for eBay, at least the things that I've been noticing recently, the stuff that I do have, I mean, all shoes from cleats, golf, football, it doesn't matter. Any shoe, Air Max side, all that needs to be on eBay no matter what.
Right. Right.
Now, NBA jerseys have been moving really slow. That I think also just came up with Mitchell and Ness just pretty much liquidating everything to Ross and Burlington. That there was just so many listings. And when you're also comparing, let's say, NBA to NFL, that market is totally different. Like
Right.
you have diehard NFL fans. NBA fans, it's like there's some casual fans. Hey,
Yeah.
like even though I'm a Laker fan, I'll rock a I don't know, vintage jersey of this player.
Right. Right.
But on the NFL side, it's like, nah, I'm only wearing Cowboys. I'm only wearing Chiefs. Like, I'm not going to be wearing these other teams. So you have like that focused that they want to buy that gear. And that was very noticeable. Same thing with like, let's say, snapbacks and fitteds. I've been selling a lot of hats, but not on eBay. Fitteds,
Mm-hmm.
though, you can definitely make way more money there and it gives people time too because you need to know a certain size. So when they're searching for, hey, I really want, a Tampa Bay Bucks hat, I'm gonna search it. I need to know my size. There. Now, whatnot, you're letting things go, whether it's the size or not. That's why I think shoes don't work well on that platform because if you're only running size 8 and 9, and clearly the people watching are wearing 12 and
So
13,
many variations, right?
yeah, the variations is different.
Mhm.
Um, so that's why I think for that side of it. But the snapbacks, whatnot, way better. And then the eBay side, I think there's just so many listings that they get really just
Buried, yeah.
lost in there. Even
Yeah.
when Lakers were winning, it was still like I would even like promote some of these listings sky high. Like, come on, like some eyeballs on this, and they would move here and there. So I
Mhm.
think that's like a different thing there too. Everything that's on eBay, I do have it on Mercari, and I would like to get that on Poshmark. And of course, just like everything else, you are fighting fakes though, which
Yeah.
fakes could also ruin your listings if they get kind of lost in there. What do you think about that? Or
No, I agree. I think, and I think the more specialized you are, right? Like for example, like where you're at right now, is like hats and shoes. Like for us, it's like clothing and shoes. Like we've realized that it's faster to sell and a lot less time consuming to sell it on whatnot, and we can move more volume with lesser ROI, which we're okay with compared to like I'm not gonna lessen my ROI on sneakers because they're worth more on eBay compared to whatnot. But both could work, right? But I think overall it's just I think it's a matter of like time management.
mm,
Would you agree? Or are you willing to work extra for that X amount of possible income?
mm,
Because like for us, it's like we've been averaging what like I think I think we did 4,000 already on Posh since we've started, and you guys have heard it from me that I just started, and then that week we didn't stream on whatnot, so that was like there's a trade off, and if the trade off is worth it, you should try it. Um, I mean we tried Jambo, right, and I haven't give up on it yet because there's no fees.
mm.
We're probably gonna still try to cultivate that moving forward. Um, Now for me, now I'm thinking like instead of cross listing, should I just go live on Jambo instead, right? So I think it's just like choosing it, but I think you have to try to expand your audience overall. I think that's how I'm seeing it. Whether it's Goat or StockX or Posh or live selling, you have to find another way because it's an opportunity unless you have uber amounts of money that you can't spend it sourcing. I think if you're in a place where you can just source and source and source and have enough cash flow, you should. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. And
Because
it's
like you're not gonna lose money on $20 cleats. You're not gonna
yeah,
lose money on $37 Air Max 97 or $40 Air Max 97 over time.
yeah.
And again in our industry, Q4 pops. So like you could tell me like, hey B, I'm not trying to rush selling now. Like I want my payout to be in Q4.
Mm.
So that could be a good thing.
Well, I wanted to go back before we go back into what you were saying though. I know Big Money Mo was saying. Let me see his comment. Nike prices keep going up in discount stores and going down in the outlets. Like LeBron. What's that LeBron with like that big plastic
Oh,
heel part?
the soldier, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So now that one's
Mhm.
showing up at Ross. That one's at every single outlet.
59 has every single outlet.
Yeah,
And
and
then
Ross is going with
extra
that.
every now and then, yeah.
And Ross is going with 59, but the outlets are
Yeah,
actually
but Ross
30.
hasn't adjusted their price, right? It felt like Nike have dropped like 10 to 20% off than what they usually would set pricing
Mm-hmm.
at, but Ross has just stayed steady.
Yeah. And here they're talking about like Nike and Foot Locker, kind of like their stocks kind of like going down as well.
Mhm.
And there was a, let me see, Nike lacks new compelling products while consumers may be becoming trained to look for promotions and sales.
That could be it too.
I mean, that was kind of interesting too. Nike lacks new compelling products. So it's kind of more like, well, Nike's also not innovating with anything new that really excites maybe some of the sneakerheads. And really, I think that's really true too. I mean, how many retros over and over again can we get? I mean, the same. You're gonna get cherry 12s. All right, cool. Like,
Mhm.
and eventually, just the cycle keeps turning, keeps turning. Like, they're even coming out with, like bread fours again. Like that, didn't, and now this one's gonna be leather instead. But it's like that one didn't come out that long ago though. So buying season just keeps getting better.
Yep.
Ross is about to get a credit card soon. Heard it here first, and Palma. There we go. Yeah,
They
retro, the
should.
retro, the retro. New signature shoes are mashups of other styles. That's also true. You know, even with so like let's say okay, so John Morant gets a model. Now he's doing extra stuff on the side that's like not helping his brand. Booker, when Booker's supposed to get his own shoe. But the basketball models aren't what they used to be either. When it
Yep.
was like LeBron, Kyrie, KD, Kobe.
Yeah. I think it's the player. The player has lost flavors.
Or
They
like a
have
Giannis, you wouldn't wear a freak one,
right,
two,
like
right?
I don't know, like maybe it's me, but I think like I guess the access to them it's so much easier, right? It could be or like back in the day, Kobe was just a lot more interesting and intense. That
Mm-hmm.
like I want to be like that, right? Or maybe we've grown out of that era,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like before we used to hoop, right? And then now I don't hoop anymore. So I'm like, why would I need to chase that? But there was a time that hooping shoe was a flex shoe, or they made it a lot more special, right? Like the LeBron MVP pack or the cramp pack, even like those were still popular. Um, I think that like they're not doing anything special. Like the only last thing special like that I think it's cool has cool box and everything was Zion's. And then the Zion what it wasn't even his shoe yet, right? I mean even Luca, right? Like a good baller, but I don't think like it's there. And I think it's a lot of introduction of new hype sneakers. Like dunks are back. Nobody wears dunks.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a mainstream. I mean, it's not a basketball shoe. So I think it's that.
Hmm. Yeah, all my friends that used to play basketball are now just plump, overweight golfer dudes. They
Hey,
went
there
from
you go.
basketball to golf and like, hey man, I'm competitive. I'm out here playing
Hey,
golf.
that's what I said. Like the older you get, the smaller balls you play.
Let's see. This one says, oh, also with Foot Locker, it's a Nike Foot Locker type of thing. Foot Locker, they say that they're actually still kind of too aggressive with their pricing, considering their bloated inventory levels. So this is still with them, with like $100 Prestos or like, their sales aren't
Well,
really that great of a sale.
they're trying to creep up the prices too, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's it too. Like when stuff keeps going up, I mean, like the retros are what? Like the last retro, like what? The cheapest retro that I remember buying was like 170, and that was like a Jordan 4 or Jordan 3. I think was it 160? I mean,
Oh, at the time. Oh, yeah, yeah,
when we did the flipping,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then now it's like what?
They add another 10
Two
and then add another
210?
10
Is
and then
it 210
it's
or 220?
210. No, it's
It's
210.
225. 225.
Well, I
The
thought the
force.
Thunders were 210.
Oh, they were 210.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I know certain ones are 225. Yeah, what's the deal
Mm-hmm.
with that now? I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of companies in denial about inventory and economy. Intramorph.
Maha said either the Gen Z is just not producing quality
Quality
humans.
humans. It is tough out there. All right, so those are the pros and cons. Pros: more views, more listing, more sales, more eyeballs on your items. Selling options. You have different options instead of just one in case you get suspended or not putting your eggs in one basket. But of course, you have to learn the first platform. Faster sell through rate. The cons: double selling an item. You got to be on top of your inventory. Time consuming, which I guess that could improve on depending what platform you're using or what kind of strategy to get more listings up, and not recognizing which items sell better on each platform. So those are the three. My conclusion is overall it's a pro. I think you should be cross listing, but once again, please master one platform first. I mean, you can try some of the other ones and get used to it and all, but I wouldn't go all in here, go all in there, or just know what you're doing first. And more than likely, that would be eBay or Amazon. All right, I think B's gonna go live soon.
Yeah, like in 15 minutes.
Yeah. So this is gonna be quicker, not a quicker show because we're already over an hour. So
Yep.
anything else before we go? Retailers can't set their own prices. They have price agreements with the brands. It's how brands control the price market outside of their own channels. Sneaker Flip Find. Which don't they have to send it back then if it doesn't? If things just aren't moving, they can't lower
Yeah,
it.
some of them have like they can return it to the manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good because it's kind of like still like a consignment look, right? Like I'll send you 100, and if it doesn't sell, I'll replace you. But I
Um,
think, I mean, for me in the bigger picture, I think it's just the what do you call that? Like a COVID effect.
hmm. Let me see. It's all about the agreement with the brand and the retailer. Okay, there we go. It looks like select goods and a mile high. Not a lot of innovation. Music, clothing, movies, TV. Now we just sound old.
Mhm.
Just kidding. There's well, me and the wife are actually talking about that too. That a lot of movies do suck. For the most part now. Um,
Now you've seen a lot. That's the problem. You're getting older. You've seen a lot of movies,
that is true.
right?
But even then, I was like,
Dude, keep eating chicken fingers and nothing tastes better, right? Until I mean, you know, right? Like if you've tasted a lot of cuisines, like us, we've ate in a lot of restaurants. Now it's harder to beat the last one.
mm.
No, Maha, it's not sponsored by List Perfectly. We're not. I mean,
It
I guess
can be.
technically, if we
If
can
he
be, we
wants to,
should.
if he wants it to, it can be. I think
I
you
mean,
know
for the right amount of price. I mean,
you are right though. As far as like some things, just like I was showing the wife, I don't think she really cared though because basketball was on, and I was like, you know what, this presentation is like this whole NBA on like ABC, ESPN stuff. I was like, the announcers are boring. After a commercial, go straight to like some Disney movie previews. They're not hyped. I was just like, this is just. It put me to sleep on a lot of the games.
man, is
So,
this part of getting old?
no, 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 hold on.
Okay.
So I had to show her a video of
Oh,
like
of that.
NBA on NBC, like Jordan,
Yeah.
theme music. There's trash talking. Like Charles Oakley's out there. He's trying to push Jordan around. Like it's totally different time. And I was like,
Hmm.
now this is basketball. This is what I want to watch. And I don't think she really cared. But
That is actually
hey.
true. Like, I mean, even the Kenyon Martins, right? Like that was exciting. I was like, who's he gonna punch this game? There's like, I mean, even the Big Ben Wallace, the Pistons, right? Like, I think that was like alive and well. And then now you have Jason Tatum just shooting threes and fadeaways and low quality shots.
There it
But
is.
now you have Jimmy Butler like a bulldog, like just bulldozing in the inside, which I think people like. Or I like his grit. I think it makes him spicy. But you have Jokic that does triple double with no emotions. While if it was Russell, he'd be like flying. He'd be flying from the rafters.
Spreewell gonna choke someone out. DJ
Yeah.
Bright Light. See, there we go. That's the time we knew. Let me go back up and see. What else on here? I was gonna read. Oh, I forgot. No, I didn't see it. It's not old. Nothing new is coming out. Retro sequels, reboots. Exactly. It's like a Beetlejuice 2, 35 years later. LeBron now flopping on himself.
That one's wild.
All right. I think we're oh, Kent, do you remember when eBay had money orders? Oh yeah. I like when I call eBay and they're like, "Good evening. You've been part of eBay for 23 years." And I'm like,
They
"Damn,
say that
man."
to you?
Yeah. That's a long ass time, I guess. Now
Yeah,
you mention it that
old.
way. Okay, we're done. B's gonna go live. He's gonna sell some shoes, and if you're a reseller and they go cheap, oh no, they can't anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Come to my
They're
live.
not a
I'll
dollar.
sell you shoes
Uh,
for the low.
okay.
For the lowest I'll ever take.
All right, we are done, and I will see you next Wednesday. And enjoy. How was? I mean, it's a holiday weekend, but if you're out here cross listing, then you're probably gonna be listing.
Yeah, it could be cross listing, send the offers all weekend.
Yeah, see,
People
there
will
we
be
go.
in their barbecues,
Very true. They're gonna be
ready to
bored
like,
with their family barbecue. They're like, "Oh, look at
oh,
this
100%.
eBay
Look at it. Yeah, eBay,
deals."
send an offer. Like
There you go.
deals on deals.
Very nice. All right, go ahead and get it. See ya.